Hi, welcome everyone and listeners. Why don't we start by introducing ourselves, and then I'll go first. I'm Ethan Whiterock. I'll be your today's host for this podcast, and then we'll just go clockwise.
I'm Lori Whiterock, Chad Ethan Whiterock's mom, teacher at Tuba City Boarding School. I teach 4th grade.
How many years?
26 years.
Hi, my name is Dalton Singer. I am the Kienta chapter official secretary treasurer for 4 years. I just got done with my first year. Prior to that, my last term, I was a Kienta chapter president.
Hi, I'm Craig Brown, Chad's uncle, and I'm just Craig. Ethan, sorry, and I'm just Craig.
And you had background with the Boys and Girls Club?
Oh yeah, I worked at the Boys and Girls Club for probably 9 years, something like that.
That, and you're a TikTok influencer?
Oh yeah.
Alright. And then today's topic brings us today was the empty lot that is across the street from the mental health hospital. And that's the one that's on Main Street. And what I propose that a community center be built, almost like the one we previously had, that had the Boys and Girls Club and a gym as well. And I also propose that this new community center has additional features like a study area, maybe even Wi-Fi, and then maybe like a community garden. Just that's the proposal that I brought us here today for. And so, first question, I believe, for Ms. Whiterock. From your experience teaching in Tuba City, what challenges do students face outside of school that a community resource and wellness center could help address?
I think the first thing that comes to mind is like latchkey kids, the kids that have parents that are working till 5 o'clock. There's nowhere for them to go. Usually we try to help out, but most times teachers go home about 3:30, 4 o'clock, not necessarily till 5. I do have parents who come and pick up their kids and they wait somewhere. Some of them have grandmas that they ride a different bus. They don't go directly home. They go to a grandparent's or an aunt's house somewhere. That's the first thing I see. The second part is just tutoring activities for them that will help with the after school screen time, because we're really dealing with kids that are watching a lot of screens. We used to have the Boys and Girls Club that dealt with skills like reading skills or math skills, and they did have computers there that could help with those things. The other thing would be just the activities, like the sports activities. A lot of the kids don't have basic skills, and that's where the Boys and Girls Club came in. They used to hold functions and things that kept their interest, basically. But most times these kids are just at home, inside, watching a screen, whether it be TV, show, or gaming. Probably mostly gaming, but that's the problem we see.
Okay, don't forget, you guys can put your input on it too. But next question is for you, Mom. In your years teaching, what changes have you noticed in how safe or unsafe the community feels for students, especially after school hours?
We saw the park go up, and almost immediately we saw graffiti. We saw unsafe people there, and the kids were really wanting a park. We saw high schoolers come around collecting coins, change, money. We donated money to them to build a park. We assisted with that. They were really excited about the playground. People were excited about the walking. There's a walking path around the whole thing, which right now I don't even see anybody use because there's unsafe people there. Random people are parked there, and there's probably even scarier stories about the bathroom, as I noticed that there were teenagers that were up to no good because those bathrooms don't have any windows. They don't have any windows, and so if somebody's locked in, then they're locked in. And that's what they were doing, is they were ganging up on people inside. And then we do have like transient problems, like there's homeless people that wander around and just make it seem scary and dark. But that's the problem I see. It was immediately ruined by others.
This question is for everyone. What do you guys remember about the old community center?
Oh my gosh.
Well, back in 2000, the beginning of the 2000s, there were a lot of basketball games held there because we really didn't have a full functioning huge gymnasium. And if you took a look at the bleachers and what held up the bleachers, they were just like bars. And we used to pack that place like shoulder to shoulder. There was no way, once you got in, it was like there was no bathroom breaks. You couldn't go to the bathroom because there was no walkway. Right now we have bleachers that you have room, like leg room. This one, you were literally, someone's knee was right behind your back. And it was just a 2x4. It wasn't, or maybe a 2x6. That was the bleachers. And when we jumped, literally we could have collapsed that thing. And it got rowdy. That's the time when we used to say all those things about hanging a referee.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And the referees had to get escorted out.
What the heck?
That's how rowdy it was.
I don't remember that far back, but I just remember attempting to be in basketball programs.
Yeah.
That's what I remember from the not the boarding school, the old community center. I also do remember attending some events. I do remember a comedy event that we attended over there. It was the James and Ernie. That's some of the things that I remember. I did go to the Boys and Girls Club like a few days. Mm-hmm. I wasn't like a regular club member though.
We did have concerts. You know how the fair has concerts?
Yeah.
The concerts were held there.
I remember like having to clean back behind the like in the locker room areas, both the men's and the women's. Like we had to organize it with like no light when we used to work there.
Oh my god.
I actually don't remember when it shut down. What year was that? Like 07?
We were back. Yeah, because you guys just painted that mural.
Yeah, I remember painting the mural. I do remember.
And Matt was there, remember?
Yeah, I do remember the mural. That I think that's
your name's probably still on.
It is. But the Boys and Girls Club used to be in there, and then like Office of Youth Development, which was like the Navajo Nation. I don't know what they did.
Office of the Dene Youth.
Yeah, Office of the Dene Youth.
Which is still there, but they're located outside now.
In the trailer.
That's Tots Antonio. That's what she works for.
I do remember like not so much the basketball games, but like The little league of the clubs. Yeah.
But even before the high school, I think there were like tournaments there,
Yeah.
basketball tournaments.
Yeah, major
there
tournaments,
were events happening there. The powwow was held there.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And see, that's what I proposed too. That we could also have those. We could bring back those events.
The cultural part.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
They did have, remember the garden in the back?
Yeah.
Oh, was there a back door?
There was, yeah, to the garden.
It was like an orchard.
It was an orchard, yeah. We used to help them out there.
Yeah, that's all gone now. Dang.
But Craig, back in the Boys and Girls Club, what positive things did you see firsthand that show why bringing the club back to Tuba City would benefit today's youth?
Just the fact that we had so many kids. I think we had at one point probably like 100 Boys and Girls Club or like the kids who were there, and then the workers who would all help out. But then there was like also gave you a little bit of job opportunity for that for whoever was one of the mentors, and then whoever wanted to be like a student worker. But I think just servicing all of pretty much Tuba City community and like surrounding areas, because I know people would work and then pick up their kids and go like to Red Lake or to Hopi Side and
Those
Coal Mine.
latchkey kids.
Yeah, the after school program I think helped out a lot, but the summer program was a really had a lot of kids. So I think just servicing the kids would benefit to it. Also, I don't remember when it stopped, like 2012. So I don't know how the parents are doing it right now.
What about like the physical activities?
Well, of course, everyone would play basketball and stuff so. I think, gaining interest in it, learning about it, because
basic skills.
yeah, like basic skills. Yeah, the basic foundations of it. I mean, you can't like go outside right now and play basketball unless you had a goal or you built one or you bought one somewhere or you use your neighbors. So like that was always developing fundamental skills even through like the toddlers or not the younger kids who are like 6 and 7, like just
basic dribbling.
Yeah, like basic dribbling. And
I think furthermore they used to host like food drives, coat drives. They had the Toys for Tots there, and people would drive by and just get what they needed.
It wasn't really just multi Boys and Girls Club. It was more like
a community.
Literally a community
hub. Yeah.
Well, I pulled this data from the Boys and Girls Club of America, and here's a pie chart of. It says percent of club member grades results from previous school year, and this was from 2024. And then it shows that regular club members get mostly A's. That would be about 42.6% of the regular club members reported mostly having A's, and then 37% is members reported having mostly B's. And then, for C's, it's about 15%. And then D's, it's 3%. And mostly F's is 2%. And that was for the national.
Didn't they have grade checks?
Yeah, we had grade checks, and then also like there was always that one parent would be like, "Can you make sure they do their homework here?" Because sometimes there would be the parent they have to cook or tend to the other kids or tend to the older kids, and they wouldn't have time to do their homework. But yeah, we used to have like study hour before you got to go play games or before you got to go play basketball, like at least an hour of reading and your homework.
Yeah, I remember that. And
then I brought the data for physical activity as well. This is the percent of club members, number of days exercised for at least 1 hour, and it shows 7 days, 33% of the regular club members, and for 6 days it would be 6%, 5 days would be 14%, 4 days about 10%, and 3 days 11%, 2 days 9%. And 1 day 7, and no days will be at least 9%.
well, our physical education teacher, he has data on, like, what is that called? Body mass index?
Yeah.
Or the BMIs?
BMI.
The BMI count of children has gone up. It should be actually decreasing. So the count of like the slightly obese, the obese, and then he has like morbidly obese. There's a lot more in the morbidly obese kids. And then just the fine motor skills of some of these kids. Like some of these kids don't know how to tie their shoes, which is crazy to me.
Now that I think about it, we really did teach a lot of kids how to do stuff.
Yeah.
We did. I mean, I did, I guess.
In Kayenta, do they have a Boys and Girls Club?
They did.
So
They did. I think they all worked together. But the one in Kayenta was like that. Somewhere they had people like helping the kids with homework.
So, like the Office of Youth, our office, does it work with Kayenta too?
No, Boys and Girls Club was doing fine until the Navajo Nation decided to take over because they said we can run it.
Okay.
So
Then
the
it
Boys and
just-
Girls Club of America gave it to the Navajo Nation. Then after that, it just went downhill.
So where's the funding for that?
I don't know. They couldn't. They just ran it into the ground. So
Yeah.
After that, they all shut down.
Wow.
So they should have left it with Boys and Girls Club of America. They could have just ran it, but
Yeah,
the Navajo Nation was like, we can run it. Give us the money.
of course. Wow.
Well, this question is for everyone. Like, how could a space like this help Native youth reconnect and stay grounded?
I think a community center and Boys and Girls Club would really help because it keeps them engaged after school. Because right now, like you guys mentioned, they go to school, and after they're done with school, they have nowhere to go, so they're just out
There's no
walking
support.
around. Yeah, there's no guidance.
Yeah.
So they go to the parks, but then you have good kids and then bad kids, bad influences,
Influencers.
and they just cause them. They go down the wrong path.
Yeah.
So, but with a community center, there's people there that are dedicated to helping kids, and whether if it's with schoolwork, after school activities, or even
Socially.
just culturally too, like
Right.
teaching them about our culture and having them do activities. And then I know Kayenta, I'm sure Tuba was the same. They had field trips and hiking trips on the weekends with the kids too. So they would have the kids go on hiking trips within the region.
Yeah, and I think that was
camping,
motivation too
Yeah,
at
camping,
school.
how to build a fire, stuff like that. I remember
Life
that.
skills.
Yeah, life skills. Yeah. So I think it is very much needed that to keep them engaged and just to have them prepared. That way when they get older, they're able to know how to do the simple things that is required instead of always being on social media or their phone or tablets, or video games. So, but I think having them being part of that community center or club for 2 hours or an hour out of the day would really help them.
Yeah, the cultural aspect. I mean, like for Navajos, there's like already stuff going on for winter. So those are teachable things that the youth can learn or relearn or talk about.
Yeah, their clans. Like during the winter, you have shoe game, string games,
String games.
stuff like that. And
Now I'm doing that at school.
yeah,
Yeah. So
and
the
I
boys,
have
like,
to fill it in.
All right. Well, this question is for you, Ms. White Rock. How often do you see students who don't have reliable internet or a quiet place to study at home?
Daily.
Really?
They want to take their laptops or their Chromebooks back home, but we do still have kids who have no electricity, and we do have foster kids that they're just a guest in someone's house, so they're not really like, they probably feel like they're just a guest in somebody's house. They really can't plug in anything. They can't really say, can I have the Wi-Fi password? It's not home to them. So some of them are living with their grandparents who are not savvy with that. And we saw a lot of that during the pandemic, where that type of help was needed for them. The school then, I don't know the program name, but there is a program out there that finds children who don't have running water and who don't have electricity, and they're given these wash kits. They're like those ones at the fair where you have to pump the water and the water comes out and there's like a little sink.
Really?
Yeah, and then they're given a solar panel to charge up like a device, like a battery pack. So the lady at work was telling us, give us names of kids so they're identified already through the school. So we still see it.
All right, this is for everyone. Like, if a new center became real, what program or feature do you guys think the students would use the most? Because I added the Boys and Girls Club, like a study area with maybe Wi-Fi, and then the gym, and then you could make like a community garden as well. Make room for a community garden, something small.
They probably need a greenhouse.
I'd say all of those would be used a lot, because right now you have kids that play outside at the park, but then it's like depend on the weather. So they really want an indoor place to play.
Yeah.
And then even with Wi-Fi, like kids, they want to do their work or just surf the web. So I know they would be wanting to go over there and hang out at the community center too.
It's a supervised, structured place. It's not like just going to the playground or the park here where nobody's watching. Being a club member means there's also rules and regulations, so then they have to abide by those rules and regulations.
That, and it's also indoors, and
Yeah.
you stay safe from like the weather and all that.
Right.
Because right now we have kids that want to play inside, and even for adults,
Yeah.
we want to play. Like we love playing volleyball,
Yeah, I feel like
but we have our friends that play basketball. So I think the only three schools that opened their facility is Rock Point, Kienta, and Page.
We don't.
People
No.
travel like from Shiprock.
I thought the pavilion did that here.
No.
No, I think they do it for their kids, the students. I
Yeah.
think the students they can play over there, but then like
It's
for
not community.
adults, I don't know. So like I know like a lot of people travel. Like we travel to Rock Point, Page, and people pay $10, $5. It costs $5.
Well, even just to rent here, like an outside person, because let's say the Office of the Deaf Youth wants to use the gymnasium, there's a liability. So if you're inviting less than 100 people, then it's going to cost about $120 for your liability, up to $1 million.
$1 million. I know Chinley's over $1 million. Just like liability insurance, and people are just like, it's not.
It's not even, yeah. See, and
I think it just depends on the school board, whoever they set the policy. So I'm not sure why they really set the bar really high. Like I know for Fienta, it's not that much. So a lot of people rent the facilities. I think they don't charge a lot for insurance. So I noticed that Chinle, I know Chinle, they charge liability is $1 million.
I think the day-to-day like of operations for the center, it's going to be open day and night, because like you have the students, and then you have like adults that want to be like active
At least
too.
up to 10.
Yeah, at
Like
least
a
up to
park.
10.
Tuba City chapter. I'm not sure if you guys. I know because at the 2 agency meetings ago, they wanted money from the Navajo Nation. I think they're asking for almost 80. I think close to 80 million.
Wow.
But it's because of they were wanted to redo the whole land tract where the Tuba City land chapter is. They want to redo the whole thing, which includes the gym. They want to renovate the gym, and then on the north side, they want to add an addition with a chapter. That's going to be the chapter admin, and then the existing chapter they were saying is turn into a cafe, and then they're adding additional buildings. I think
Oh, so there's already a plan?
there's already a master land tract,
Oh.
and it's like a community center, and then even the Indian art market is behind it, like a big round art market.
Oh.
And then the old chapter is gonna be a cafe. The gym that's there now is gonna be renovated, and then the big old addition is gonna be made on the north side where it's gonna be the chapter house, and then on the south side they're gonna build more buildings where they want to put all the like land department, election office, all those nation services there. So that's their. I think you probably can look it up online. Tuba City's master land tract.
Oh.
And it has all the design of the buildings and everything, and they're just looking for money.
Well, what steps or approvals would a project like this need to move forward successfully, Dalton?
Well, Tuba City, I think, did a lot of the work already. The whole master land tract has already been made. They hired a consultant that did all that for them. I'm not sure how much. That probably cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that work is already done. So right now they're just looking for funding, and the Navajo Nation is not going to fund that.
Yeah, I think
To be honest, I don't think the Navajo Nation is going to fund that because Tuba City is an alternative form of government. They're already collecting their own tax money, so they're gonna. I know they're gonna say, you guys are already collecting your own tax money. You guys should be able to save and pay for that on your own. But I think they're still trying to ask for money. But I think everything is done. I think right now they're just looking for money to build it, and most likely it's going to be done in phases. They're probably going to start with the building there,
Yeah.
the gym, and then from there just do in phases. And it'll probably take a while, but unless the Navajo Nation can fund them.
If we're talking about this land, I don't know who has jurisdiction over it. I know it's on government land.
The chapter?
This land right here, the
one that we're talking about.
Is it across from the hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's federal.
I have it right here on
See?
the maps.
BIA.
Yeah.
It's right here. This whole lot right here.
Oh yeah, that's BIA.
SBIA.
Yeah. Unless they turn it over to the chapter or Navajo Nation. But I know BIA is really hard to work
So
with.
I want to know what they did for the park, because the park is a county thing.
that's county.
The park, APS, all
Yeah.
the way behind
There's
the
a
dollar store.
state.
That's not Navajo Nation.
Really?
That's it's like a checker.
$100.
They call it checkerboard. Checker. It's not part of the Navajo Nation. So when you drive onto that little area, you're off the Navajo Nation.
What's
It's
that?
all. It belongs to Coconino County. So that's why they're able to build it really fast in that
faster.
area. They don't have to go through the Navajo Nation, the GLAD, and they don't have to go through all
I
those
wonder how
committees.
that's what you need to do, is get that land checkered.
Yeah, give it to Coconino County, and then it'd be easier to build.
And then bring the Boys and Girls Club back through the
Yeah.
county. And
But you have to have the chapter would have to ask BIA to give that back to that, but they don't want to give any more
No.
land to county.
And even that airport, that's
That one that's like in the center of the town.
yeah. I mean, like we could use that, but federal has that land, and they're not gonna let it go.
What the heck?
That's crazy. It's like on a freeze.
And
Like
so
it's
there's more
frozen.
problems than just funding.
Yes.
So
There's a lot of ropes you have to go over.
yeah,
But like, what would be like the first realistic step towards this project?
a community center.
Mhm.
Probably bringing people together, like
An agreement.
the chapter, Coconino County,
Proposing it.
to the state,
community?
yeah, the community, and just asking the chapter in Coconino County and then maybe BIA that you want to zone that land out for a community center.
Zoning. That's what you need to work
You
on.
want
See, that's what my essay is about. It's about to. It's essentially talking towards the chapter house officials proposing this idea.
Yeah,
Whereas in this podcast is more for the public, for them to hear about this proposal. And
yeah.
so
I would bring those entities together, like the chapter, county, BIA. I would bring in
And the IHS
to
too.
the hospital.
Mental
The
health.
hospital is 638, so they have their own direct funding. So
They could possibly
if
help.
they can possibly build a community center, but they would probably run it.
could they like get help from the schools too?
Not with funding,
Yeah, not with funding.
unless it's Title One. Is it Title One?
The schools are getting their
They're
funding cut.
yeah.
So I
Wow, dang. Okay.
I think
Later,
funding-wise-
like when there's, if they want, let's say they want a tutor and they want like a credentialed teacher working there to do plans. That's probably the only time we could help.
Yeah,
Is when they're.
but I think that would be the chapter, BIA, county, and then Tuba City Hospital, 638. They can, but then they're also looking for money. They want to build a whole new hospital. So I know they asked the Chad to nomination for 22 million. Also,
And then how long does a project like this usually take? Like from idea to construction?
On the
See-
reservation?
Oh my
I
gosh.
said that I'll give you a Kansas chapter. We my uncle, when he was president, they did a master land track like Tuba did too. They did a multi-purpose building. It's has a big gym, fitness center, another big area where people can do Zumba, like an open area.
Yeah.
A senior center, and then the chapter meeting room, and then the admin. It's a big building. It's supposed to sit right where the chapter is. It's done. It was completed in 2018. I think they spent like $18,000 on it to design with the architect firm. So it's completed. They've been waiting, asking for funding every year, and then when I came on board, we kept pushing it. So it's just asking for funding from the Navajo Nation. You know, there's money, but when the project, let's say our delegate goes up and says, I have this community center, multi-purpose building, I want to fund it. It's the other delegates that are going to say, no, I have projects in my chapters that we need funded. And then they kind of bicker, they debate about it, and then it kind of just stalls because everyone wants money for their own projects. So like ours has been sitting there since 2018, and this year we pushed it again, and we told them, like, since you're not using the ARPA funding, it's gonna cost. At the time in 2018, it was gonna cost 19 million. This year it's 27 million.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, that's how much inflated
The
to. Yeah.
inflation.
So it's gonna cost 27 million. So we asked them, can you just fund it with ARPA because you have
A
$1
lot.
billion? Can you fund it? And the president said, yeah, if it comes to my desk, I'll sign it. So now we're pushing it. They're trying to push through council, but then everyone's bickering. Now they're saying, oh, we're just going to give out hardship checks to everyone. And I said, no, we need community centers. We need senior
For the
centers.
long haul, not
yeah,
for
we need
immediate.
infrastructure. I said, we need community centers. We need senior centers. You know, we need that stuff. We don't need to give out checks again. But
I need to go to Disney.
so yeah, it takes a while. It's just a matter of really pushing your delegate to push it through. Then at Window Rock, when council meets, having them agree. They all have to agree and say, okay, we're going to fund it. But a lot of the times, they're not going to fund $10 million projects. They'll probably say, okay, do it in phases. We'll give you $2 million. But then you're like, okay, well, $2 million.
That's how come only your chapter house is built.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really hard to get anything done.
I don't understand how they don't just divide the money among the chapters and have the chapters in isolation decide how they're going to do it.
They did. Well, they did with $8 million. All the chapters got $8 million. Well, all the delegates got $8 million, and then the delegates your delegate got $8 million. So Tuba City, he only has one chapter, Tuba. So Tuba got $8 million. For our delegate, she has 3 chapters: Kia, Touchit, Chimito, Denahotso. So that $8 million got divided up 3 ways. So those are for projects. All the delegates got $8 million. So we did projects. We did a warehouse,
the money.
A new backhoe, and then bathroom additions and other. What was the other one? Another part of it was going to a senior center. So we did those projects. We got all of it got completed. The paperwork. It's sitting at the president's below the president's office now at community development.
So where's the money?
It's sitting there. It's the chapters has the 8. We have the 3 million. Yeah, but are the DCD saying, okay, well, we're working on it. We only have 3 project managers that are working on all 110 chapters.
Oh my
So now we're saying, well, give us the money. We want the money. Put it into our chapter account. We'll hire our own
project manager.
Yeah, and we'll do it that way. They won't. They're fighting us on it. So all these chapters are ready. Most of them are done, ready.
The
But
proposals
it's
are
under the
done.
community
Everything's
development. It's this bottleneck right there. If they can just push it and get it done, and then the Navajo pay out everyone, we can get those projects done. But it's stuck in Window Rock. I'm sure it's like that for Tuba too.
Right, I bet. Because didn't Mike Six Killer propose one for the airport? They're supposed they're supposed to put some kind of multi, like baseball, softball fields, soccer fields, a walking thing that's supposed to be like 3 miles on the edge. That was proposed like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
When he was part of the chapter, and it still hasn't come. It's still not built. So.
Yeah, so it's just stuck at Window Rock. Everything is stuck there.
But the dollar store wall can be rebuilt in 3 days. The one that the old lady crashed into.
Oh my gosh. And then, yeah, it sounds like this idea, even just proposing it, will sound.
Sounds like a fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. But even if we try to get it through, what kind of impact on safety and daily life would there be for not just the students, but for everyone in the community?
Safety, as in like how that center would help them.
Yeah. Like
for our pitch, our community, our multi-purpose building, and probably the same for yours is, in case there's another pandemic or emergency, those centers can be used to help people. Because right now we're really pushing that. During COVID, the people had nowhere to go, And then when we got supplies, we had no room
Where to put it?
to put supplies, and it would be like that with natural disasters or floods and stuff like that. There's no place for people to go, and then if there's like an emergency, like let's say everyone wants to go to the chapter house and vote.
Yeah.
We cannot fit everyone in there. Like our last Thanksgiving meeting, we had we can only fit 72 people inside the chapter. And we met capacity because we're giving out food, and there's a lot of people outside. So it's like you can't fit all those people into chapter buildings, and then it would be like the same for community center. So we do need those community centers for if there's an emergency like COVID. Like if we had that center for during COVID, I'm sure Tuba would have been able to use it, and that would have helped the community a lot. For vaccinations.
Well, we
and stuff
did
like
see those white. What are they?
mobile trailers. Or?
They're like those tents.
A big tent.
There was a tent set up by the hospital. There was a tent set up at the fairgrounds. So all the food was going to the fairgrounds, but all the medical stuff was coming here.
Yeah, but just imagine how much money that
That
cost.
cost.
A chapter.
Yeah.
That probably cost a chapter more money than.
Building.
I'm sure they could utilize that funding for
Something
more
else.
supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so community centers, they are really much. They are needed.
Yeah, I think it could be like just a general hub of all the communities, like Munkopi, even Cameron. Like even if they had like their socials on, saying like this is going on in your community. This is how these are the numbers you need to contact if you need something help or whatever.
Or even these big conventions, like when we have conventions or agency meetings, and Navajo Nation committee meetings. You don't have room, nowhere to go for them to
That's
have a
why
big,
they go to casinos.
Yeah, Twin Arrows. But then who has gas money to go to Twin Arrows? The elderly, they want to sit in and listen, and so there's no that whole community engagement with the government and community events is missing because there's no community center.
I personally think that it'd be perfect for even just like events too, holding events, cultural events, even modern day events. Like I remember going to the chapter house for a video game tournament. That's one of the things I remember going to the chapter house for, and I feel like that's something that can be used too over there at the gym.
Yeah.
You can service a lot of community members with just only one big building, and then it can also make its own revenue with it within itself.
Training like CPR, food handlers.
Yeah.
Right now I know chapters are like, we can only take 20 people or 10 people, but then if you had a bigger facility, you're able to split those up, or like you said, like community events, like for kids, the youth, or bazaars, to help community members make money.
And then it could also teach the youth how to use the internet properly.
Yep.
Because they be on social media or stuff like that, and probably abusing their time on there and what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think that is everything for today. This Tuba City, I really believe that it does need another community center, and especially in this time, I feel like things are getting a little rough, and we all need each other a lot more than now.
Yep.
There's we were invited to Dulce, Hickorilla Apache on the air 2 years ago, for the MMIW walk, and then they had an Elder Day, game day, and they wanted us to do a game and just play with them. Their recreation center, community center. Oh my god, that's what when we saw it and I saw it, I was like, that's what I want for Kienta or
for any community.
For any community, I was like, this is what the Navajo Nation should really
think about.
Pay for in the big communities, because that community center was amazing. Like it had like 3 classrooms, like big classroom areas, probably like the size of your whole house. Open room, 3 of them. They had admin, and then they had 2 big open area conference room, but then they have those partitions where you can close, and so it goes into 2 rooms. They had a bowling alley,
Oh,
a
wow.
10-lane bowling alley with a snack bar, like a concession, and then they had a big gym,
2 full size.
NCAA size court gym with bleachers, and then it had a track on top, around the top, and then they had a big open area outside the gym. Then behind the gym, connected, was a swimming pool.
Like an
pool.
aquaplex.
Yeah, aquaplex. But in front of that was a big open area where that's where they all set up.
Like the arbor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was like, that's what the Navajo Nation should like.
And it was
really
just really
fun.
compact. Like, it's nice.
Yep.
Jeez.
Oh, another thing that the old community center used to do was have adult classes, like for
AA?
no, the ones that didn't finish high school. What are they called?
Oh, GED?
GED
That's what it
classes. So when I first came on board, Mr. Synergeny, Buddy Synergeny, was in charge of that, and he like loopholed me and got me in it, and so I did a couple of classes down there. But it was like just for an hour doing English or math. Then I think it shut down. But anyway, well, thank you, Chad.
All right.
Very enlightening.
Thank you guys for coming. And that is everything.